The man suddenly noticed the little dog in front of him moved exactly like his deceased dog. He immediately recognized it. This was his Bailey. Bailey responded excitedly. He understood Ethan's intention and ran to find Ethan's granddaughter CJ. But CJ's mother didn't like Ethan getting close to CJ. Ethan had to leave with his wife. Bailey didn't want to leave him.
I know that's you, boss dog. You just keep looking after CJ.
In the previous life, CJ was taken away by her mother. Ethan and his wife were heartbroken, and Bailey was also at the end of his life. Ethan knew he would come back again, told him to protect CJ well. That was his first reincarnation. He smelled a familiar scent and remembered Ethan's words. He recognized the little girl as CJ. He jumped on her excitedly, knocked her to the ground.
Oh, psycho puppy!
CJ was a gigantic baby now.
CJ was often alone at home, especially on thunderstorm nights. She always felt scared, but now, she could hide under the covers with Bailey. Bailey gave her a sense of security and warmth. Time flew by. CJ was already 18. She met a man and went to a party with him. Suddenly the police showed up. Everyone was taken away. CJ was only sentenced to 2 weeks of community service. The place was a dog training center. There, Bailey learned to detect cancer by smell, but that man still wanted to pester CJ. She tried to get away, but he grabbed her. Fortunately, Bailey saved her in time. To escape him, CJ drove too fast and crashed. Luckily, CJ was fine, but Bailey left her. CJ was very sad. Bailey knew she still needed him. In the next life, Bailey became a big dog, adopted by a gas station employee. One day CJ drove to the gas station. Bailey recognized her at a glance, but CJ didn't recognize him and left. He tried to chase her, but he was old and got tired after a few steps. He could only watch her car disappear. In the next life, Bailey became a little puppy. He waited for adoption with other dogs, but he was cold to everyone. He even bit people who came near because he was waiting for one person. Finally, he saw CJ and ran to her with all his strength. He finally caught up to her. CJ took him home again, but she wasn't happy. Bailey wanted to make her smile. He smelled another familiar scent and ran to knock on a door. It was CJ's childhood friend Trent. CJ immediately became happy when she saw him, but Bailey smelled something off on Trent. He crossed his front paws. CJ understood right away. It was the cancer alert signal. She decided to face it with Trent and cared for him every day. Trent gradually recovered. After many years, CJ brought her boyfriend and Bailey to visit her grandparents. As soon as they got out of the car, Bailey smelled a familiar scent. He ran like crazy. Everything along the way felt familiar. He ran to the door and barked non-stop. Ethan came out with white hair. On this day they reunited. Ethan looked at Bailey and said to CJ, "This is my dog, now I'm lending it to you." CJ didn't quite believe it.
I can show you.
They performed the flying ball trick again.
No! Pretty great, right?
CJ finally believed that this dog had been protecting her all along. Time passed slowly. Ethan reached the end of his life. Bailey also closed his eyes again in CJ's arms. This time he didn't reincarnate. He turned into his old self, ran into the golden fields, toward the familiar figure. They ran toward happiness together, and were never separated again.